Hey YouTube, it's EvanMagician34 and I've got a new deck for you. I built this for fun at locals. It played okay. It wasn't my best day playing. My record could have been better because of my own misplays. But it's a fun deck that kind of harkens back to simpler times. So I'll go ahead and show you two. It's a Frog Monarch variant basically. Two Treeborn Frogs. 3 copies of Swap Frog, of course, to get it and pump the graveyard full. We also have 1 copy of Dupe Frog. He's a good early game set, and he can be retrieved with Junk Synchron, which you'll see in a little bit. He's also a good removal for Ronin Toadine. We don't have a huge set of frogs in this deck, but still he likes to remove them to hop into play and give you tribute fodder. There's Sangan, of course, to search out a myriad of things in this deck. 1 copy of Glow Up Bulb, another nice tuner, and we do like tuners at different levels in this deck, so the Glow Up is nice. I mean, if nothing else, of course, you can always make Formula Synchron with Treeborn. Milling a card isn't always a bad thing in this deck, really. One thing that's interesting about this deck is that I was running 3 copies of Deep Sea Diva. She makes an instantaneous Gachi Gachi Gentetsu, which is nice. Basically, she's a lot like Tour Guide. The only difference is she doesn't have a Sangan to go get, which is the primary difference between her and Tour Guide, actually. That and the price, of course, and the rarity. But anyway, so she's kind of like Tour Guide from Waterworld, if you want to think of it that way. But anyway, there's Lost Blue Breaker, which you can get with her. It's also nice that this guy's effect works off of Treeborn Frog, too. Anyway, we also have Junk Synchron, who makes quick and easy 5-star synchros, and then with Treeborn, of course, 6 stars, via your 2-star, which is usually going to be something like Swap Frog. We're going to power out with our tribute fodder. We're going to get Archaises, 3 of those. Another good tribute target, 2 copies of Rise of the Storm Monarch. And 2 copies of Salvage Warrior. This guy really likes tuners. Basically, when he's tribute summoned, he's kind of like a monarch. He just gets any tuner out of your grave. So he makes instantaneous synchros of level 6, 7, or 8, is essentially the idea. To help support that tribute stuff, we've also got Gorz. Only 1 copy of Tragoedia. He's not always so big or so nice. Also in this deck, that's true. So I'm just running the 1 Tragoedia is how I decided to go with it. And 2 copies of Battle Fader instead of 3, because I didn't want all that stuff clumping up in the hand, and I already had a pretty tight monster count here. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 copy of Dark Hole, kind of the obligatory there. Heavy Storm, 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 copy of 1-for-1. This can get either your Treeborn or your Glow Up, basically. Mind Control, because there are plenty of ways to get rid of stuff. Pot of Avarice. 3 copies of Enemy Controller, that great standby phase trick with Treeborn Frog, of course. 2 copies of Creature Swap, also nice with Treeborn. And 2 copies of Mind Crush, just because it's such a useful card this format, and it's something you can almost always flip so it doesn't fight with Treeborn Frog. It can also be used to get rid of like suspected Effect Veilers and Herald of Orange Lights out of your opponent's hand. The extra deck is Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Colossal Fighter, Black Rose Dragon, Gungnir, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, because Salvage Warrior is a water, so you get Deep Sea Diva with him and make a Gungnir. Ancient Fairy Dragon. I didn't have a lot of call for this actually while I was playing it, so you might want to switch this out for Armory Arm, which I did occasionally want. So that's one way or the other to go, but this guy is nice because he can pop Gates of the Underworld, and he also has a nice handy effect of also occasionally, if you see Gravekeepers, they don't like his 3000 defense and ability to pop Necro Valley. Ancient Sacred Wyvern, because we do have Formula Synchron. Bryanak, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. TG Hyper Librarian. Magical Android, 5 stars is a pretty good synchro target for us because of Junk Synchron. Ally of Justice Cataster. Formula Synchron. He's also a good target for Salvage Warrior, of course. And we do have 1 Gachi Gachi Gentetsu, so we can make it with Deep Sea Diva if you already have your Lost Blue Breaker out of your deck, or you top decked it or whatever. Basically, it makes Diva not dead if you don't have the Sea Serpent in your deck. So, anyway, that's the deck. And until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more cool videos.